So apparently you had some fun at your viewing pleasure for this review.
No, it wasn't my viewing pleasure.
I have the audio of what you sent me after you watched Sisu Road to Revenge.
Alright, I just gotta get this off my chest. I fucking hate people in the theaters, man. It doesn't matter if there's like one other person or like 30 dozen other people. All it takes is one person to be a fuck up or ruin shit. So I go to see the movie Sisu. There's only one other guy in the theater. This man has his feet up on the bar. I really don't care about that. What I care about is he has his socks, no shoes, on the bar. So I'm not even going to bother sitting on the same row. So I sit 2 rows behind. And he's just like juggling between socks and taking the socks on and off.
Barefoot.
Now
Barefoot?
I'm completely distracted because I don't know what this guy's doing. He gets up like 5 dozen times to refill popcorn. I thought I was a fat bastard, but this guy takes the cake. The movie ends, and mind you, there was one other person in the theater. That person was like 2 rows behind me. They showed up later. This guy gets up. He's like, who wants to go see Wicked? I was about to say some shit, and then the guy goes up and starts talking to him. I'm like, these motherfuckers are friends. They're friends. So, either the guy sitting behind, who chose to sit behind me, is just like, I like to have my own space, which is an empty theater. Or B, this guy knows this other guy's hygiene is so fucked that he doesn't want to even be near him. But he wants to share a movie with them. This is a fucking experience.
So
It's
you know
true.
what No, it's very true.
They didn't
It's
sit
very
next
true.
to me. I would have lost my shit if they sat next to me.
Right.
There was literally a row between the one at the bottom and the one on top. But still, every other time I look down, because now I'm sitting above, I see like toes wiggling. I'm like, motherfucker.
And this is what I deal with even when we have assigned seats. I deal with similar stuff. I don't pay tickets to smell you, to see you, to hear you.
This guy brought out a blanket. He's like, I'm like, use the blanket to cover your feet. What the fuck?
But we are going to talk about Sisu Road to Revenge with a Rotten Tomato score of 96 by the critics and 88% by the audience. Let's get to it. Welcome back to Tales of Two Bros. My name is Angel,
I'm a Don.
where we give a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert. Now, Sisu, when I went, obviously I know what your theater experience was, but for us, it was a lot. Well, we had more than you did, but fortunately, it wasn't as rude as you had it. But I get the tickets at the last moment, and then someone gets their seat right next to us. Why? You can go at the end, but no, you have to have a space. But it's just weird. I mean, I understand that you want to get, center of screening experience, but I get that. But go to another row where it's empty, and there's a row behind us and in front of us was empty.
I'll
But
say they did
anyway.
that for me.
Now, do you think this deserved a sequel?
Kudos for the writers and director of the original Sisu. And it made money. I remember when we talked about it. Did it earn the right to a sequel? Sure. I'll go with that. Did it need a sequel? No. It felt one and done, which felt good. Did it earn a sequel? I would say sure.
Well, that's a long way of saying it, but okay. For me, no. It did not earn a sequel. If it did,
I'm
they should
thinking
have done
earning as in profit margin, but
right. I mean, granted, there were some scenes, some moments in the original that seemed far-fetched, like way far-fetched, like him holding himself with a wooden cane on a plane that was smooth, and he was able to hold himself. Like, I mean, I guess his hands are so callous that he can hold on to that cane, midair without the cane breaking. A wooden cane would have broken easily off of that. Besides that, it was a fun time. It was like we referred to it like an ancestor of John Wick.
no, I think I think I did a more. I haven't rewatched our review, but I think I compared it to Crank.
Well, we referred something to Crank. I can't remember which one, but we referred something to Crank. But we also referred it to.
I mean, if anything, Sisu is just Polish Crank.
No, Crank was more like Speed.
Oh, no, Crank. Well, yeah, you gotta keep your
okay.
So
yes, you have to keep your heart rate up.
Yes,
right.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But the outlandish stunts, the outrageousness, the escalating violence over a ridiculous story, that is Crank. And then what they
Right.
did for Crank 2 was said, screw it, let's just make it more outrageous.
That I get. Okay, that I'll give it to you. But to me, this felt like more of a John Wick thing. You know, he had a dog as well. Granted, the dog able to survive everything and anything in the first one, and apparently he survives anything and everything in this one too, especially like underwater.
You know
Which
what?
I was like,
As I was watching the movie, I was thinking one of two things. Either this is like Sisu's another version of Highlander.
okay, but they can only be one.
A Highlander is just, you know, one of the immortals. So the immortals just survive through history. No
Mhm.
matter what the injury, they just heal. Kind of like Oldguard.
Right, but he didn't really heal. He just survived
I
because
mean,
he didn't heal. But I understand what you're saying.
I mean, surviving, is that not like he just took a while longer to heal? Listen, the first
He's not
one,
Wolverine.
in the first movie, he was hanging by a spike through his side, and here they pretty much tortured him, and he hit a blade in his leg.
Right, because I was wondering what he was doing with that.
Yeah,
He bit the handle, and then he was like, "But why? But why?" And then you see him with a knife after that. I was like, "Huh? What happened to the
oh
handle?"
no,
I thought-
they
but
showed
they're
him
saying-
pulling the knife out. Yeah,
No, I get that. I get that. But before that, right? He's in the tank, and then the tank thing. Oh my God!
exactly.
The somersault of the tank flipping over, and the dog is okay.
Absolutely. And the other thing in my mind is always D&D in the background. I'm like, this man made a deal with like some celestial being or some like
Right.
otherworldly being, and the dog is that being. So as long
He's
it's
the
like
crow?
the crow, it's
Right.
like the crow. As long as that dog lives, he'll never die.
No, yeah, but I was just like, some of it was just so outlandish. The knife thing, I can see. What
We've
have
seen
you?
it in other movies where like characters like stuff a blade
Right.
in their arm or something like that,
Right.
or needle.
But like the tank flipping
The riding
With-
the missile.
with the house wrapped around
Yeah.
it.
Yes,
You know, I was like, no.
and he still has all the beams.
He still has. Oh, he didn't lose it in the water when that happened. I was like, yeah.
He
Now,
was able to collect them all in the water, by the way, too.
exactly. I was like, how?
Like Joe versus the volcano.
It was like, come on. So here's my main thing. Is the title Road to Revenge? Whose revenge? Whose road of revenge was it? It wasn't Sisu's, and it wasn't Lang's character, Stephen Lang's character.
I mean, technically, it ended up being a road to revenge. It didn't start
How?
that way because
But-
Lang's character is the one that killed Cece's family.
Okay, but when a road to revenge, in my opinion, is like you're seeking that person out.
I
right?
see what you're calling for, where you're coming from. That's not the
But-
intent of the
right.
origin of the story. It just ends up that way.
This takes place 2 years later from the first movie, and that first thing, like I understand the first one, like he has gold and he's trying to get it there. And this is the same thing in a sense, like he has a house and he's trying to cross the border so he can make a new life for himself. Even though his family is killed, he has no idea who did it. It would have made more sense if he knew he found something in the house.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit, it's that person or that military, what have you, or this gang, whoever it was. And Stephen Lang was the leader of that gang, Igor Dragunov, that he played. So I can understand that he's going for that. Oh my God, wait a minute, you referred Highlander, right?
Yeah.
The director's name is Highlander. Helander,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny. But anyway, that's my whole thing. It's like there's no real road to revenge because he's not trying to get the guy. He's not trying to get revenge for the death of his family. He's trying to cross the border to build his home again and to live his life.
Yeah.
They, the Nazis and the Germans, who is that? The Nazi or was it the Russians?
No,
Excuse me.
no,
It was
it's
the Russians.
Soviets.
Yes, the Russians. So they're, he has a huge name for himself. He's like John Wick.
Baba Yaga.
What's the-
But
Baba Yaga.
well, they treat him
But
like
anyway-
the Baba Yaga. They call him Sisu. They well, it's not even an actual term. They use the same line as the first movie. So he does have an actual name, which they don't call him by.
No, I get it. But what I'm saying is, though, he has this legend of him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's avoiding. He's just trying to live his life. I mean, did it take 2 years to come back? Like, what happened in those 2 years? Is it the time when he comes back from the gold delivery to back to his house? Did it take that long? Were there other adventures there? Or is this now just another time in his life that this happened to him? Why did Igor, Stephen Lang's character, go to the house? Were they looking for the gold?
They said you started him. So like I thought this was like he killed his family when he was a young man.
He comes
No,
home to an empty
but-
home.
Well, the empty home was already empty over. It was like cobwebs, dusty.
Right.
But
So like,
so
was he away? Was he away for that long? Back then, you're traveling by foot, by horse, by carriage.
okay. So Richard Brake, the KGB officer who let
Yes,
loose.
he's also in many films. He was in The Mandalorian. He was in Batman Begins.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So he told Stephen Lang when he released him from the jail, we're going to let you finish what you started. You created a man who's killed over 300 some officers over the war. During the war is when Stephen Lang killed his family. It was during the war, and that's what started the legend. And because remember, when he found the gold...
Wait a minute, hold up. I thought the legend happened from that time, that 2 years ago.
No. So when he found the gold, the war had just ended. And that was when he found the gold. And then there was the Nazi soldiers and whatnot. And he was retired, essentially. That's why he was searching for gold. 2 years later after that, he's coming home to get his stuff to bring it over to his new home or plot of land that he has. Because after the war, they moved the territories of Soviet Union.
Right. That's why he wants to get out of there. Yes, he wants to get out. He wants to cross the border with the thing. But in my memory of it, and it's like that, it's like he comes home and his family is not there. He's like, what the hell happened? What's going on?
His family was already dead years before that.
But his reaction doesn't show that.
He's a man who still mourns the losses of his family. For him, coming home to see, the doll of his children, because he had two sons, and to see the notches in the door of where they would grow, it still hurts him.
Yeah, exactly. He comes to an empty home thinking they'll be there, and he's not there, so he's saying all that. That's how I took it. But regardless, it's still not a road to revenge. He's not going after, because he doesn't know. He doesn't go after anyone. He doesn't know who did it until at the end when
he does find out.
Igor tells him. Then that's the revenge moment. There is no road. All he is doing is road to salvation. I will say road to salvation, because that he wants to again live his life, in peace and stuff like that. Now, granted, in Sisu, the first one, he does talk at the end. Here he does no talking at all. We're jumping ahead, but I'm surprised that when Igor gets a shovel in his hand, he doesn't use it in the same way that he used it on the kids and the family. He and his men cut them up into pieces with a shovel.
Yeah.
And I thought that he was going to, slice him or whatever with the shovel, hacking. And and it's just like hanging there, and Sisu breaks the handle and then stabs him with the handle. I would have thought that would be something like that.
I mean, he does go pretty well to town on Sisu with the shovel.
Oh no, but he uses like a bat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he just, Sisu got beat up. He should have no teeth and like not able to move because his bones are all broken and stuff like that. Do you have a favorite moment?
The moment I think is the favorite is not with Sisu on the truck, is on the train when he's sneaking past the sleeping soldiers.
I agree.
That's a really tense moment. It's really good
and entertaining.
It is
entertaining because it has some comic moments there as well. And then you have the intense moment where he stabs a guy and the person underneath.
He literally rolls onto the broken bottle. It's like the bottom half of a bottle. Again, he's immortal. He rolled onto a bottom half. It wasn't even
right.
And he pulls out a chunk.
Yeah, and there's still more in him.
Yes.
He's falling on his back, so those other shards of glass are going in more and more. Like that. But no,
Did you notice
that was intense.
After those soldiers broke out from where he had imprisoned them, the ones who got flambéed by the rocket, only 3 showed up. The others, because there was more that were alive, no one else pursued. It was like the 3 stupid guys there said, "Hey, let's go ahead."
They were still asleep though, right?
No, by that time they woke up, because he had locked.
Because he went through 3-4 cars of sleeping soldiers.
2 cars of sleeping soldiers, and then the third car they were all awake.
That was one of my favorite. Igor's like Frankenstein's monster, where that general, what have you, was the Frankenstein, and he let him out again. And you just gotta be careful what you wish for in that sense.
He's a monster created by the war.
Who, Igor or Sisu?
Well, both, really. They're both monsters created by the war.
But they didn't know each other, right? They didn't know each other.
There's no personal connection.
Right. No. So yeah, see that's what the thing is, like that the title should have been something else, because you think of something else. You think that, he's gonna go after the guy who killed his family, but he doesn't. All he wants is peace. And every time he goes for, it's like Al Pacino and John Wick, you know, like
it would
like
have
trying
made
to
more sense to
have
say
peace.
a Sisu journey home.
Yeah, that would have been great. Yeah. My only food pause is this, some of the stunts were like totally unbelievable. The
Again.
tank, the water. Yeah. I mean, no, like, you know, the first one was a little crazy too. Like for me, the first one got crazy at the end with the plane. Everything else was like
outlandish, but
crazy,
still
outlandish, but
entertaining.
yes, you can see some belief into it. You can follow, but here is just like getting every log and then putting on top of the truck or put on top of the tank or he had no rope or something like that to get the logs all together. And that dog should have died 4 times. It should have drowned.
The bro.
It should have freaking got crushed with the tank thing or broken his back with the flip of the tank. But no, I mean,
the helicopter,
not
the helicopter, the propeller of the plane going head first into the logs to ricochet off of the.
Was that the one that it slid up?
Yeah,
because he put the 2 logs. That should have broke.
Because he hit the brakes and slid forward because he shot out the strap.
And like, I guess you can enjoy it in a way that a person's telling the story. And you know, when a person tells a story, sometimes some events get exaggerated more than others.
Correct. But there's no one to tell the story for him.
No, I know.
In the first one, you could argue it's one of the survivors from it's one of the ladies.
Right.
In the first one. Here, there's no one.
No one. No, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, you could have had that perspective where kind of like, you know, Thor, you have what's his name through his point of view, the Rock. Yes,
even if it was one of the soldiers.
But which one?
It would have been funny if they kept that one guy who was reloading the ammo alive longer.
Okay, sure, yes,
because he kept hitting him in the face and then he couldn't reload and then he just hands it to the guy. And you see the guy like,
no, exactly. Yeah. But everyone died pretty much. Everyone's the guy from the pilot. That escaped. he thought he was quit, and he was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, which was dumb. That was dumb to me, because like, and you could tell he just keeps giving everybody chances.
No, yeah,
you know? Like through the entire movie, he's just giving a bunch of people chances, except for Stephen Lang. That pilot is a great example. The pilot lands, he ignores him. He shoots at him. He ignores him up until like the second or third shot, and then he's like, "Now you got my attention."
But he gets blown up by his partner or by his comrade.
Yeah.
But on Rotten Tomatoes, it's 96 by the critics, 88 by the audience. Who do you fare with?
You said it was lower with the audience?
Correct.
I'll go with that one. It's a good time to watch. I don't think it was personally worth going to the theaters for, especially with my experience.
Fair enough. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm in the 80s as well. I'm with the audience. Yes, it's worth a watch. Is it worth movie experience? I mean, this was entertaining, but I can't warrant it another. The first one is definitely better, more believable, and it was a good, not one and done, but a standalone film.
Yeah, it's worth the watch. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. But I'm saying a standalone, it told a story. You know, it was very basic, just like this was very basic. Get from point A to point B. And what's happening there, like The Running Man, the Arnold Schwarzenegger one, or no, I guess the new one too, is like you're trying to survive to get to the point B.
Yeah.
This is also another standalone. So you don't have to know what happened in the first one. You just know, because they give the explanation, everything when Stephen Lang meets the general.
To be fair, you're right. If I didn't know there was a first Sisu and I watched this would have been a one and done kind of situation. The first Sisu would be technically better.
Right.
It's standalone. True.
Yeah, they're two standalone films, if you will.
They don't reference anything from the first one.
Well, they do. With Lang comes out and he's giving his orders. They give out pretty much. It's like real quick, but it's nothing like in the sense of the gold or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Has a legend.
It's just the legend, but you don't need the first one. He didn't start the legend of the first one. He was already a legend.
I think he was.
They talk about him. They say it in the credits at the beginning. They give the same thing about the Sisu.
I'm gonna rewatch both again. I'll rewatch the first one because it's on
subtext
Hulu
underneath.
Or something like that.
Adnan was right.
No, I don't think so. I think you're wrong. But anyway, all right, guys, that is our movie review of Sisu: Road to Revenge. Have you seen it? What was your favorite moment? Do you agree or disagree with our opinions? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Until next time, we'll be the next time. I'm Angel.
I'm Adnan.
Love you, bro.
Love you too.